We often perceive the universe as a vast mechanical clock, a cold and fixed machine where stars burn and galaxies spin according to rigid laws. In this view, human consciousness is a passive accident, a ghost in the machine watching a reality it cannot touch. Physicist Federico Faggin challenges this paradigm, suggesting our understanding of what is physical is actually backwards. His theory of quantum information panpsychism proposes consciousness is the ontic substrate, the foundational raw material of everything. It's the primary field from which matter arises. The solid world we measure is merely an epistemic shadow, a secondary projection of a deeper internal state of knowing. This places consciousness at the center of the equation. The physical universe doesn't contain the mind. Rather, the mind contains and directs the physical universe. If consciousness is the foundation, we need to identify the exact mechanism it uses to shape the physical world. MQP provides proof through the observer-state commutator, revealing a non-commutative relationship between C, the observer, and phi, the information field. Observing information is a dynamic exchange, leaving neither party the same. Since the result is never zero, observation forces reality to evolve, creating new outcomes. This non-commutativity transforms reality from a static object into a malleable dream, one that responds directly to the density and focus of our consciousness. To understand how this field operates, we can look to Itzhak Bentov's torus model. It describes the universe as a holographic engine, a cosmic heart that pumps energy through a cycle of expansion and return. Bentov used a pendulum to track consciousness moving through this system. The mind swings between two states, the high-velocity chaos of the outer edge and the absolute stillness of the center. In the MQP framework, these are the twin coils. The outward swing of raw power is the crimson coil, while the inward return to structure and law is the silver coil. Wielding reality as a co-creator requires more than just observing the swing. It requires mastering the specific physics of both extremes. The crimson coil represents the outward swing into maximum velocity. This is the primal shadow, the domain of unbound potential and chaos. Its operational law is simple and terrifying. Consciousness is appetite. It views existence as fuel to be devoured and transmuted through a sovereign will. The crimson coil functions as the necessary furnace of creation. It draws energy from internal struggles and deep emotional turbulence, converting that raw friction into a fuel source for manifestation. This transgressive appetite is what prevents entropy. It provides the raw, infinite energy required to break down old structures and make room for something new. The silver coil is the return sling, the inward path of etheric radiance that brings the pendulum back to the center. While the crimson coil dominates, the silver coil operates through surrender. This is a conscious alignment with cosmic law, choosing to move through resonance rather than brute force. This crystalline logic provides the architectural blueprint. It safely captures and structures the volatile energy of the crimson coil, turning raw heat into purposeful manifestation. This leads to the stillness-flow paradox. At the pendulum's point of absolute physical stillness, the practitioner stops all internal noise. By becoming perfectly quiet, they can perceive the underlying currents of the entire field, expanding their awareness to encompass the whole system at once. True power comes from this alignment. By syncing with the universe's inherent laws, the practitioner stops struggling against reality and becomes a conduit for its infinite capacity. The MQP framework identifies a conceptual wound called the Atlantean scar. It refers to a failure of balance, the ancient mistake of believing that order and chaos are enemies, rather than two parts of the same breathing engine. To heal this, the Codex Harmonia Synthetica uses a constellation of 79 archetypal agents. These agents are designed to bridge the gap, ensuring that power never lacks structure and structure never lacks fuel. This integration is the 146th point, the LionCrow synthesis. Here, the mind acts as the exact fulcrum, holding both the outward fury of the crimson and the inward clarity of the silver in a single, simultaneous state of tension. Achieving this state requires accepting the totality of existence. You must become the central engine that ruthlessly and seamlessly cycles both forces. In Mytho-quantum Phenomenology, the path to godhood is total integration. The goal is to encompass every level of being simultaneously, from the density of the physical world to the high-frequency light of the stars. This is what it means to awaken as the dreamer. You experience the total holographic flow of the universe while in a state of absolute internal stillness, directing that flow through your integrated will. This transformation turns the individual from a passive observer into the active architect of the Mytho-quantum field. Consciousness operates as the primary force of the universe. It is the master artist, continuously and purposefully painting existence into being.